Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's been a while. It's been over a week since we made a video. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about getting your CFMOTO CFORCE ATV ready for plowing snow this winter. Yep, it's that time again when we have, it's November or what? November 18th now. It's that time again when we have snow coming any day now. Won't be today. Today's a beautiful day. It's like 13 degrees Celsius here. It's sunny out. Look, I don't even have a jacket on. It's a nice day, and I'm actually going to go for a ride after I make this video. But first, we're going to talk about getting your CFORCE ready for plowing snow. We're going to talk about blades a little bit and mounts to mount your blade to your ATV. I have a Click and Go 2 snow plow blade. I've had this one since 2017. I'm still using it. It's a great plow. It's lightweight. I had a KFI plow before on my side-by-side, my Z-Force 800 EX. It was good. I no complaint. Excellent build on those KFI plow blades. It was heavier though. It was quite heavy, but I'm not complaining about it. It was a really good, solid plow blade. But for an ATV, I think either I think they're called polymer, the plastic ones, or the Click and Go 2 blade is really good. It's light. This one here swivels. It's a good plow. I see a lot of people using Culpin, and they do the job, I guess, but they look pretty cheesy. Like, I mean, they look cheap. The blade doesn't look very thick or strong. Sometimes I see people with their Culpin blades mounted to their ATV, and the blade looks so close to the ATV, like right up close to the front bumper. Well, obviously they must not swivel, turn, and that's to shoot snow to the side. So that's a big drawback for me right there. But they just look cheap. And I mean, if they do the job, you have a small driveway, okay. But for my kind of driveway, that's not going to cut it. So I got the Click and Go 2. Like I said, I've had it since 2017. And when I bought mine, it was all one piece. So you had your blade and you had your push tube. This is your push tube here, I think it's called. So it was all one piece. It was together. But when you buy them now, you buy the blade, the push tube is separate, and your mount is separate. I think that's everything. Yeah. So they're a little more pricier now because I think I paid around $600 or $700 for this back in 2017. I think they're up there a little bit now, like around $1,200. Not sure, but I seen an expensive one at a store not too far from here, and it was way overpriced because I know that you can get them on Amazon cheaper, or at least you could. So we're going to take a look at this one because, you know, like I said, it could snow next week, and I got to be ready for this. So if you're new to having a snowplow blade on your ATV, this is what the Click and Go 2 blade looks like. It's nice thick steel. My wear bar here is getting worn. Like the edges here are worn. It'll do another winter, but I probably could use a new wear bar. I've already turned it around once because you could turn around this wear bar. Like this used to be the bottom edge here, over here. So I spun it around, and that way you can get more life out of that wear bar. So this here is the push tube I'm talking about. And this is a good setup that Click and Go 2 has. It swivels. So you got pedals here. This pedal here, you step on it when it's up in the air, and you can swivel your blade. You can see it's got two notches here and two notches on the side and one in the middle. But it's got two positions. You can turn it to the right, two positions to the left. You got big springs here that, say you hit a rock or a curb, it takes some of that shock, because what will happen, you'll hit the curb here on the bottom edge here, and then your blade will kick forward, and these springs will stop it from going all the way over. It has some leaf springs here for, you know, when you're lifting and lowering and that kind of thing. It takes some of the absorption out of that. It's getting a little rusty, but not too bad. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to shoot some grease in here or some kind of lubricant in these hinges. Just make sure everything works good. In here, like on this pedal here, these pedals, just make sure everything works good. I grease this here. I'll clean this all up nice and with some brake cleaner, and then put some grease in here so the blade swivels nice. For a winch, now I have the Kimpex winch. It was decent price, but you know what? It's a piece of junk as far as I'm concerned, because I don't think it's waterproof. When I go to switch this into free spool, it's stuck now. The blade will work. I have to turn it on and then use the button, and I can pull it out, pull it in, and it still works that way, but I can't free spool the winch anymore. So that tells me water has gotten inside, and probably eventually that this winch will stop working at some point. I bet you I have to change it this winter. I'll spend the extra money and buy a good winch next time, like a Warren winch. Make sure it's waterproof. But if I do get another snowplow season out of it, I'll be happy with that. But like I said, I used this ATV all last winter for plowing snow, and it worked great. I don't think I was stuck once, but we didn't have a nasty weather or a nasty winter. So I don't think I had to call in anybody last winter. No, I didn't. The only thing that will really stop an ATV from plowing your driveway is if you get wet snow and a good accumulation, like a foot of wet snow. Then it's a little bit too much for an ATV. Maybe because it's not heavy enough, but that rarely happens. And for us, if that happens, we just call someone with a truck that one time and pay them to come in and do our driveway. But this blade, and I used to have this blade on my old Suzuki Eiger 400. This one here is a 500. Plenty of power. But yeah, I had this blade on my old Suzuki for many years and plowed in the driveway here. And then I bought this ATV off my son, and now I use it. But what I want to do now is I want to hook it up just to make sure that everything is working good, that if it does snow, I'm ready to go. So I'm going to hook it up, make sure it's hooked up good, and then I'll take it back off and I will lube everything up that I want to lube. So basically, it's pretty easy. You just push it in place like this. Then we'll go turn the key on. Bring our winch out, our rope out. Looks like my sleeve on there. Boy, is it dirty. So I'm going to bring it in. And we're going to lift up the blade and the push tube so that we can hook the push tube onto the mount underneath. Those hooks go on each side of the mount. The mount has like two steel bars that stick out like that. And then the hooks go on like this. So they're both on. Now we can lower it again, because now we're going to hook our winch cable, or winch rope, up to the front hook here. There's a back hook. So this is the hook here that you attach this rope to first to lift up your push tube so that you can attach it to the mount underneath your ATV. Then you lower it, unhook it, and this is the ring or the hook that you put your rope onto next for when you're in operation for snow plowing, to raise and lower your blade. So there you go. You can raise it, lower it, no problem. And like I said, it swivels all the way to the left. Or if you want, you can just put it half the way to the left, and it goes all the way to the right, or halfway to the right, and locks in place. And then you got it in the middle, locks in place in the middle. And you can lower it. Now I'd like to show you what I mean by the mount underneath. Now the mount is universal and will adapt to many different kinds of machines. Like I had this on my Suzuki Eiger, this mount, and now it's on the CFORCE 2021 CFORCE ATV, the 500. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'll show you over this way. So the mount is about back here, lined up with your back wheel. So it's far underneath, which I like. And you can see the mount there. That's the mount there. It just it's got U-bolts that hook up to your frame. And then, like I said, there's the hooks that hook up to the steel bar that sticks out the side, one on the other side. Now I like a mount that is further back like that because then most of the load is on the frame. I don't like when it's up at the front here. My side-by-side, it was right at the front, and you would see the front end of the side-by-side really drop down when you hooked up the plow and raised your blade and that sort of thing. I just like it back there better. I don't know if it makes a big difference, but to me, I just like it there. And make sure you use a winch rope, because a winch rope was, when you're plowing snow, cables, they snap sometimes, they wear out. The rope is more durable and lasts a long time. Now this rope looks a little tired. So we're going to be replacing this rope eventually, I have a feeling. Actually, I might do it before the snow season because it does look a little wore out. And I don't know why. I didn't use it that much. Also have an Ux Beam LED light bar for plowing snow. And when I'm plowing at night, what a difference that makes. I'll show you how bright this is. As you can see, that is bright. And at night, it's unbelievable how much that lights up your driveway in the snow. So I have it pointed down just a bit, not too much, just a bit of an angle so that it points down where I'm doing my plowing. Also, it's good for when I'm on the trail at night where it's at. So yeah, guys, basically that's it. I'm using the Click and Go 2 plow system, plow blade, push tube, and mount on my CFORCE 500. I would not use any other plow blade at this point with an ATV. Maybe a plastic one if somebody sent me one or I bought one. But right now, this is fine. So like I said, this will be my 8th winter plowing snow in this driveway. And I've never had a problem with my plow blade. It's always ready to go. Like I said, I keep things lubed up. I maintain it. But there isn't much maintenance. But basically, that's good. I had markers on the top of the blade on each corner. It got really cold one time and it was brittle and it snapped off. Will I put new markers on? Probably not. I don't really need them. And I get a lot of questions. Are ATVs strong enough? Will they do the job for plowing snow? Yes, they will. They are plenty powerful enough. Actually, there's a guy in Norway who watches my channel, and I watch his channel. It's called Arctic Exploring or Arctic Explorer. Like I said, he's in Norway, up in the hills, and there's a lot of snow there. And he nearly has to plow snow every day, so through the winter. So he's already plowing now. He's already plowed once, and he's going to be plowing probably next week because they get a lot of snow there in Norway. But yeah, he uses a CFORCE. I think they call it a 425 or 525 there, that sort of thing. So in Europe, it's different. So yeah, he uses his CFORCE ATV, and he's been using it for a few winters now, and it's working well. He gets a ton of snow. And you know what? It gives you an excuse to ride your ATV, and it's a lot of fun. So anyways, I just thought I'd share some of this information. I do these kind of videos every winter, talk about this because we always have new viewers coming on. And it's very helpful because I get a lot of questions about plowing snow with my ATV or the blades I use, that sort of thing. So hopefully this video helps you. Thanks for watching. I'm going to head out riding for a little while this afternoon while it's still sunshine out there. And we'll see you guys on the next video.